from Sony. We have Jude Vargo, the Senior National Account Manager, as well as Senior Regional Account Manager, Sarah Sackett, presenting here from Sony. Welcome, welcome. As a reminder, we do have a Q&A. Please do ask questions. Our team is monitoring that Q&A section so that Sony can go ahead and respond. Thank you so much to Jude and Sarah for being here. Take it away.
Thank you, Nicole.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nicole. So it's so nice to be back. And it's so exciting to announce you're one of the first, I think, groups to hear the announcement, if you haven't already, that Sarah Sackett had joined our team on the 17th of this month. So we are so happy to have her.
It's my big debut here, so couldn't be doing it at a better place.
So I know you guys are all happy to see her and happy to work with her. And without further ado, we will start our presentation. Hold on, let me get to the share mode here. So I made some changes, Sarah, to the presentation, and I hope you don't mind. So if you guys hate it, you know, it's not Sarah's fault. It's my comedic liberty at 5 o'clock because I've moved to the East Coast. So my brain is frozen. So with the future of video conferencing is very exciting for Sony and all of your customers. So I think it's important to note that Sarah and I, we wear many costumes. I'm just kidding. I'll get back to the regular one. So this is our information. I'm sure you guys know mine already. I'm going to be transitioning the account over to Sarah, so she will be your regional sales manager. And for the time being, Kiana, you guys all remember Kiana. She'll be helping out with sales support engineering until she moves on to her promotion of the product manager for Bravia. So you guys will be getting a new sales support engineer. If you guys know of anyone who would like to join the Sony team on the West Coast, please let Sarah know. So we would like to talk a little bit about today. We have many products at Sony, from, you know, all of our professional and commercial products. But we really want to focus in today on just the future of video conferencing. It has changed so much since COVID, since before COVID, since during COVID, since after COVID. But today we're really going to talk about how we integrate with our displays and our cameras and some of our internal native things that we have going on, our Bravias. A little bit of, I guess, background on who you're going to work with in addition to Sarah. So it's always been kind of project based. So if you have a project within like, you know, a certain state, please reach out to the right Sony member. You can always reach out to Sarah or myself and we can point you in the right direction. But we really just want to show you guys that we have a full team of support throughout the United States and Canada. We also have our engineering team here who are based in the little red locations, but they cover a large location for us. So we really do have a full team to support you and your customers. I think the most important thing about all the products that we all use and sell are going to be warranty and also the usability of it. When you're integrating with video conferencing, it could go either very smoothly or very unsmoothly. So I think it's important, things happen, and our commercial displays really don't break that often, knock on wood. But when they do, we have a professional warranty that covers it up to 5 years of advanced replacement. A couple of the models even come out of the box with a 5-year advanced replacement now. Isn't that right, Sarah? I think you were just learning about these.
Today I learned that. The BZ50 and BZ40L are all 5-year standard.
So yeah, I mean, really with your customers, if they have a 5-year refresh, it is such a smart idea to look at advanced replacement warranties that are going to cover them for that full 5 years. In addition to that, we have white glove service that will come out and will swap the displays for your customers, which is just that it's an added cost. But for what you get for that cost, it ranges between about $75 and $150, depending upon the size of the display. It's well worth it. Well worth it. We have what's called our Pro mode, which we'll be kind of talking about a little bit. That's it's an easy way to configure the functionality and the behavior and the settings in the display, and then clone that out to multiple displays within your, like, your organization, or your customer's organization, really. Our service commitment. I mean, we can't say it enough that Sarah and I, like, we love our products, but we're going to back up after the products are sold. We have your back. So we have a full service team. I'd say the turnaround on it is between, I'd say 24 to 48 hours. It's just really easy to do business with Sony if anything goes down on your displays or your projectors or your cameras. And it's an advanced replacement. So you get a like model. If that model is out of the roadmap or end of life, we're going to replace it with the current model. So it's important to note that you're not going to get, like, lost among the shuffle, because we have a 3-year roadmap and something, like, crossed over to the next series. So that's very important. That's going to be not only on our displays, but on our projectors, on our cameras, anything that the commercial team sells. Also, we have product registration, which gives you guys really, really good pricing for your customers. Your customers are going to work with you on speccing in Sony. We're going to reward you and your customers for that. So that's a great, great thing. A big thing that we have actually, like, I guess, focused on in the past couple of years is our alliance and technology partners. I think it's so huge. We all kind of work within these ecosystems, and we really have to play well with each other. Sony, way back in the day, didn't play well with others. We do now, and we made sure that we do, because we're going to partner with really, really, I guess, kind of, I mean, for the lack of better words, relevant, like, partners, people from AppSpace, people from TSI Touch, Navori, Peerless, Crestron, Extron, Cisco, all of these we have really, really strong relationships with. So I was eavesdropping on the Crestron presentation. We work with those guys really, really well. Their products and our products, they speak to one another. We're actually Crestron Connected certified. We're Extron Connected certified. We're Kramer. Aurora QSC is another big one who we just in the past year, like, really have gotten on board with. And all their QSys control, we're all certified with them. So in addition to the control system integrations, we are doing device management platform. It's what we call our DMP. Our DMP gives your customers a really easy way to provision all the displays on their network, whether it's 1 or 10 or 1,000 or, like, 39,000, whatever it is. It's a really easy way to push content to it, to check the network health, to check, like, just firmware updates. All of those things are really what we're focusing on to make it easy to deploy large systems.
Right. And if I could interject, there's so many of you on this call that come from large corporate environments or large campuses where this becomes really critical. So, as Jude was kind of mentioning with Crestron, it's a seamless integration with XIO Cloud. Pursuing alliances has been a major focus for the company for the last few years. And really, it's the intention of ensuring, like, a smooth interoperability. And, that helps from the front end of designing systems, installing them, and then when you're supporting them, and also your users that are out there using these systems. The idea is you want the technology to be in the background, right? It's the human interaction that's really important, especially when you're talking about video and communicating and collaborating remotely. So that's kind of the general concept and the push here is how can we ease all that friction between products and makes things really seamless together.
It's awesome. Thank you, Sarah. That was, I keep hearing the word friction. Friction is being burned into my brain by Sarah. And we are reducing friction.
We're minimizing friction.
We are smooth as silk, non-friction. To our next, I think, I don't know, I tried to get a better picture. This one's horrible. And I was going to play a video, but I don't know, video is just janky. So anyway, everyone knows about Zoom and Teams and everything that interacts along with it and all the hiccups that happen. We have taken it one step further. We are the first I believe, the first display manufacturer, it's according to Zoom, that will run natively on a excuse me, sorry, I've been talking all day. That runs natively on a Bravia display. So essentially, with a few added peripherals, whether that be a USB camera or a USB, help me, Sarah.
Soundbar.
Yeah,
Right.
with just a camera or a microphone. That's what I'm trying to think of. With just plugged into our display, you can essentially, our processors are fast enough to turn that display into a Zoom room, which is really exciting for us. It's exciting for Zoom. Not so much exciting for a lot of the other display manufacturers that don't have those fast processors that can't keep up. But you can even, I guess, pair that with a remote, or with a Zoom's room controller. Here's a technical kind of a setup workflow on it. Super easy. We're really targeting, like Sarah said, to reduce the friction and really make it easy to run Zoom rooms. I can't imagine. I know we're talking to Microsoft. I don't know if that's going to be possible to run yet. But we hope that it is. But for right now, Zoom is what we're focused on. Really exciting. We just launched this. So,
Yeah.
Please reach out to us and let us know how we can help set this up for you. If you need a demo of it, we can come in, show you, have your customers come in. We can send a demo, whatever it takes to, seeing is believing.
So also, if I could interject, again, here we are taking out potentially a component that's a point of failure, right? So trying to make things easier to support and to run. The other thing that would be kind of cool for a room like this is the Bravia display. You can set auto switching. So you could just have a HDMI cable plugged into the HDMI input on this. So it's running as a Zoom room. And then when someone comes in, if they just want to do a basic meeting and they don't want to deal with the Zoom room wireless share, because some people are still intimidated by stuff like that, you just plug in, it'll auto switch to your laptop, unplug it, and then it'll flip back. So
really easy, simple. Yeah, all we need is those pro settings or that DMP, and that's going to be able to really, you can push those settings out, to multiple displays, clone them, super easy to do. Some use cases, right? I think we all know them, pretty much wherever, you need video conferencing, we're going to be able to play in. We have commercial, displays, so they run really well in those commercial settings. Just wanted to quickly give you an overview of our new display line. It's in the 5 years I've been at Sony. It's the most robust line of commercial displays that we've ever had. So we have everything from our standard line to our core line to our high-end line. You'll notice the letters after it. It typically means what year or what model it is. But in these, a good way to remember the L's are going to be, there is a light, it's an anti deep coating that will reduce glare. And so there's a really great demonstration that we do. We put a flashlight in front of the displays, one that has the L, one that does not. And it's really incredible to see the difference of how much light one reflects versus the other one. And you're not getting that overall kind of hazy look. You're not losing any of the nits. It's still 780 nit. On the high end, on the 40Ls and the 50Ls. We are actually going to get away from the 100-inch and move to the 98-inch. And the pricing on that for you guys is so good, for your customers, so good. Just let us know, how we can help you out with that. And this is basically just another, the haze with that LR deep black non-glare coating. Those are the ones that are going to have that from 55 to 85 in that line of 40L. We have a lighter weight, the 98. So the 100 used to be almost 200 pounds. The 98 is, I think it's 30% less than that. So it's huge. As far as the size is still there, but of course the weight has gone down. And we have sizes all the way down to 32 inches.
Also, for those of you that work at institutions that need to be concerned about ADA clearance, all of these are under 4 inches. In fact, even the 98, but under the 98 inches, they're under 3 inches. So with the right mount, you can definitely meet those ADA compliance issues.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Thanks for bringing that up. That also, all of ours are TAA compliant, not only our displays, but our projectors, which is huge for those government things. We actually have models you can remove the Wi-Fi finally, so you can get them in those federal and government agencies without any friction. Screen mirroring, we're the only commercial display that supports Apple AirPlay and Google Chromecast natively, so you don't need a dongle or anything like that. We also have a Wi-Fi access point built in, so that soft AP means that you can connect if you don't want someone like logging into your network, you can have them log into the Bravia's network, and they're completely off your network, so it's secure. Here's those pro settings again. I mean, please, it's almost too much to talk about in a half an hour. We can really do a deep dive with your customers, with your engineers, your designers, your salespeople. We can really curtail that training to whoever the audience is. But it's really some great features. Web control UI I'd say it's very similar to DMP, but it's kind of one step below DMP. It's not for those mass controls. You can't do as much as with DMP, but you still can do quite a bit. You can still you can see the serial numbers, see the device IDs, see the MAC IDs, see the IP addresses. One also important thing is multi-display mode. Really cool. We have software built into all of our Bravia displays where you can actually have up to a 5x5 or 25 displays, whether that be the same size or different sizes for tiling or mosaic. All you need to do is just connect an HDMI splitter to your source and then out to your displays, whether you have 4, 8, or 12 or up to 25 displays. It'll actually, it'll calculate what the bezel size is, and it'll automatically do that in the software that's built in. So really, really great feature there for people that want a video wall, but don't have the budget to do big scaling and with analog way and things like that. You can really get a nice wall out of our displays for free. This is another just kind of a reiteration of our device management platform. But we have about 8 to 10 minutes left. So what I wanted to do was also wanted to talk about some of our other things that you can integrate into our displays for video conferencing, whether those be, I guess, PTZ cameras, box cameras, ceiling microphone, beamforming ceiling microphones, our Edge Analytics device. Any one of those work really well. We do a really great demo, a virtual demo, or an in-person demo of those things so your customers can really see what it's like on the far end. And then our new auto framing cameras with AI analytics. What does that mean? It'll basically do auto tracking, not only pan and tilt zoom, but it'll go. I'm sorry, it'll do a tilt vertical rotation as well as zooming in and out and pan horizontally. So not many cameras can do that, and it does it really smoothly. It's not real jumpy at all. It's almost like a human interaction is controlling it. For a demo of that, we're going to have those in our demo pool within the next week or two. So please reach out to us and get a demo of those going. Really, really great.
So obviously these are great for those of you out there in education doing high flex. These are all PoE, I believe. So going to be real easy for you to install and not be required to call your facilities department. So I know that's a benefit to many.
It's absolutely another thing is NDI through NewTek. So you can do NewTek NDI workflow. All these are going to be 4K enabled through a license. So you don't have to get them 4K out of the box. You can upgrade that via firmware. That's a huge thing too. I want to say it's only like $750 list for that license. So yeah, these are the new auto framing cameras. Just started shipping in September. So we have plenty of stock in them. Please let us know. And this is how it works. It really automatically will track a person. But there's 3 different ranges of that, whether you want like a tight shot, like a bust shot, or even a full body shot. And the virtual demo on that is just incredible to be able to show exactly what it does. And that's it. We're at basically, we have about 6 minutes left for questions. We'd love to have some questions.
So I wanted to point out also, I'm not sure that it was super clear. The Bravia series does have an Android system on chip internal to it. So, and that's one of the way we really play nice with a lot of our alliance partners, especially when it comes to digital signage, is you can run your signage on our display using many of the different digital signage providers out there, just without a player box behind your TV. So, you couple that with a device management platform or XIO Cloud, and it becomes a very stable, very simple way. Cut out some of the expense as well. So,
yeah,
yeah.
Awesome point. Yeah, that's one thing that we've gained a lot of traction on with our partners, is being able to offer that. And it runs like, a lot of the digital signage and a lot of the things that they are already running. Makes it real easy to integrate.
Yeah. And those apps, Jude, you can just go to the Google Play Store and download any number.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can go to the Google Play Store if you want to go individually. With our DMP, you can actually load those apps on multiple units as you're commissioning and provisioning them, which is huge. You can load it via an SDK on the side, via USB. So a lot of different ways to be able to, get the content or get the, your solution on our displays.
Right. And so we didn't cover really our entire product line, but just to make mention of it, we have a pretty broad line of projectors as well. Super high quality, come with a 5-year warranty as well, all laser. Also some interesting products like our spatial reality display. Jude, I don't know if you want to give like a 30-second elevator pitch on that one, but that's kind of an interesting product.
Yes. So speaking of the future, think of a display you can look into, and it uses a camera, and it locks onto a one-to-one relationship with the user that's in front of the display. And when it locks onto your eyes, it actually gives you the effect of a 3-dimensional image on the display, almost if you could imagine like looking into a box. And it uses Unity or Unreal Engine files, and you're able to move your head around this display, and it looks like, for lack of better words, like it's an actual 3-dimensional image in there. So think about for architecture, think about for retail, think about for automotive sales, right? And any one of those things where you're you want to envision what this thing looks like that you're building, and it's not like quite built yet. Medical, right? If you're looking at a 3-dimensional heart for training, I mean, I don't think another company, I know another company doesn't have anything like it. So our portfolio is just so robust right now. I mean, take a look, just give Sarah a call and let her go through the whole portfolio. It'll only take you about 3 or 4 hours to do. Yeah. So
see, if we could just combine the Zoom Room app with the spatial reality display, we could do hologram video conferencing. So that that's next year. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I have some conversations going on that might, I don't know, I've heard that's a thing. So,
Cool. So yeah, we have a great demo program. So anyone out there that is intrigued by anything we talked about, I'm happy to help you with your LightWerks rep coordinate product sample and demo, and however we can do to help you guys. We are here for you.
Thanks so much, Sarah. And thank you so much, Jude. That was awesome. We do have some questions. I have here, is Microsoft Teams on your roadmap for the Bravia?
So I don't know. We probably have to talk to Kiana, honestly, because she's in Japan right now. That's why she's not joining us, or else she would be here with us. So she's learning about some things. Once we have a better idea of what that roadmap looks like, I know that with Microsoft, it's a little slower going, just to be honest with you. But I can't imagine that, as long, I mean, it's just files, right? I just don't know when that's going to be. So for right now, all we can say is Zoom, which we're really happy about. And if you have any customers using Zoom, and even if you have any customers using Teams, they just want to see the Zoom capabilities. I think it speaks a lot of volume to what we're doing.
Thanks so much. And can you talk about the MAS A100? There's some curiosity about how large a space it can cover.
Yeah, sure. Great question. So the MASA 100 is basically our IP beamforming microphone. So one of them, it almost looks like a smoke detector in size, It'll cover about a 20-foot radius in a room, but you can actually link them together. So just by using an Ethernet, like, or Cat5, Cat6, and you can daisy chain them together. So if you're going to speak in a bigger room, you can cover, like, I think, I want to say, I won't say it because I don't know it exactly, but it's a large space. So if you want, I'll get you that information, or Sarah can get it. Just drop us an email, whoever asked that question, and we'll get you the information. I just know you can daisy chain many of them to fit a larger space, for sure. Awesome question.
Thanks so much, Jude. Are there any team certified Sony USB cameras? Any gotchas or limitations we should know about for the Zoom room on the display?
So what you can, so the USB cameras will probably be our box camera. And you can use that with, I believe you can use that with Zoom, but we're really with our partners, we're recommending Logitech, those easy peripherals, the Jabra and Logitech ones, because they're really simple cameras and the display really doesn't have to think much about those. It just plugs and plays. I haven't personally tested our box cameras. Although there's one that's USB, I just haven't tested it with our Zoom integration yet. So it's remained to be seen, a gotcha, but we'll learn together.
Thank you so much to Jude and to Sarah. We do have some giveaways here, so let's get to it. So the way this is going to work, and thank you so much again, Sony, for these very generous prizes. This is an either or, so we are going to pick one winner, and that winner will be able to select between some in-zone earbuds or an in-zone 27-inch gaming monitor. Again, thank you so much. This is all thanks to the generosity of Sony. And again,
Sarah,
wonderful.
Sarah really pushed for this one again. She was like, we gotta bring it this year.
So thank you very much
to
Sarah. We appreciate it. In fact, because Sarah pushed so hard, I'm going to have her pick the number. So Sony, thank you for your amazing presentation. And Sarah, take it away with the number.
Number 63.
Okay, number 63. Let's see. Who is number 63? We have Johnny Trombley. Johnny Trombley, number 63. Excellent. So congratulations to Johnny. You can get back to us with the prize that you choose to select. Again, you can either choose these in-zone earbuds or this 27-inch Sony gaming monitor. Awesome selection. Can't go wrong either way. And thank you again to Sarah and Jude.
Thank you.